Welcome, my name's Dr. Jason W. Morrison and I'm a theologist from New South Wales, Australia. Psychologists help people with themselves and other people, and theologists help people with themselves and God. Hebrews 11 and verse 26. Speaking of Moses, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt. In that he, where is it? Looked to the reward. And what was the reward that Moses was looking at? The promised land, which speaks of heaven. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he ensured as seeing him who is invisible. He endured as seeing him who is invisible. By faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of the blood, lest he who destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, whereas the Egyptians attempting to do so were drowned. That's speaking of our sinful nature. It's not welcome into the promised land. Romans 7 will tell you that. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were encircled for 7 days. By faith the harlot Rahab did not perish with those who did not believe, when she had received the spies with peace. And what more shall I say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, Barak, and Samson and Jephthah, also of David and Samuel and the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, worked righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, became valiant in battle, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life. Others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. Wow. Still others had trials of mockings and scourgings, yes, and of chains and imprisonment. They were stoned. They were sawn in two. They were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, and tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in the deserts and mountains, in dens and caves of the earth. And all these, having obtained a good testimony through faith, did not receive the promise, God having provided something better for us, that they should not be made perfect apart from us. Wow, that's the end of Hebrews chapter 11. Now we go to Hebrews chapter 12. Hebrews 12 and 1. Therefore we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us. What's the sin which so easily ensnares us and the weight? Not believing in the finished work of Christ. It's not what you do and what you not do, it's the finished work of Christ. We're going to see that in a sec. The whole argument of Hebrews and most of the other letters is there's nothing you can do or not do to make God happy or stop him from being sad. It leads to sin. It leads to a heavy weight. It leads to trouble. It leads to sickness. It leads to death. Right? And let us run with endurance the race. What is the race that is set before us? What is that? It's what I've said all along. Verse 2 of 12. Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our what? Our is in italics. It's actually not there. He's the author and finisher of faith, all faith. You cannot even accredit your faith to him. Who, for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. That is the whole crux of this book. Him who endured hostility from sinners against himself, lest you become weary and discouraged in your souls. You have not yet resisted to bloodshed, striving against sin. Some of you may have. And you have forgotten the exhortation which speaks to you as to sons. My son, do not despise the chastening of the Lord, nor be discouraged when you are rebuked by him. For whom the Lord loves he chastens, and scourges every son whom he receives. And that, is taken from Proverbs 3:11 through 12. Okay, now we go on. We'll read this last verse, verse 7. If you endure chastening, God deals with you as with sons. For what son is there whom a father does not chasten? And to me, I'm going to say it, you might not like it, but the chastening is just to remember that what Jesus done is sufficient for everyone for time and eternity. That's the chastening. Bye for now. Yeah, Dr. Jason, Morrison Theologist again. I just want to say thank you for watching the videos, and hope you got plenty of self-rediscovery and freedom out of it. Watched it on YouTube, please share or like. Maybe even comment. Watch it on Facebook, like, comment, share. But most of all, get out and live. This isn't a rehearsal. You've got a one-off life. Don't let your loyalty and your faithfulness blind you to the life that you should be experiencing. Till the next video, thank you for watching, and bye for now.